Guys, we have a big breaking news coming out when it comes to nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. A sharp escalation in tensions between the United States and Venezuela has unfolded after U.S. forces intercepted and seized a large Venezuelan oil tanker in international waters near the Venezuelan coast. The vessel, identified as the Skipper, was reportedly transporting crude oil tied to networks operating under U.S. sanctions. According to American officials, the operation involved the U.S. Coast Guard and support from the Navy and federal agency and was carried out as part of broader efforts to enforce sanctions and disrupt illicit oil shipments, including those connected to Iran. President Trump later confirmed the operation, saying the U.S. had a very good reason for taking the tanker, and even remarked that the America would keep the oil. Wow, we keeping the oil. We are keeping it. But we have more breaking news. Nicolas Maduro is ready to leave Venezuela if his family is granted amnesty. Belarus and also Russia has offered to receive him. Now, there's breaking news coming out that Nicholas spoke to Putin over the phone. Nicholas is not pleased, and Putin is basically saying, come here, we will take care of you. We will take care of you. You come here. And again, just like Bashar Assad, it says here, Russian state media said that Nicholas has had a phone call with Putin this afternoon. All right, we're going to see what's going on here, guys. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. And for those of you that want to contribute to the channel, we do have the Cash App link and the PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Once again, thank you so much for your support. So Venezuela right now is not pleased. The U.S. confiscate their oil tanker. They're keeping it. And then you have Nicholas is furious. And he's calling out the U.S. At the same time, Putin is telling him, just come here, man. Just come here. We will take care of you. Just like we're taking care of Bashar al-Assad. The move comes amid an intensified U.S. presence in the Caribbean and recent military activity near Venezuelan airspace. Washington has framed these actions as part of its strategy to target criminal networks and the trafficking going on linked to Nicholas' regime. Critics, however, argue that the U.S. is signaling a more forceful push to weaken Nicholas, who has remained in power despite years of sanctions, political unrest, and economic support. Remember I told you guys that Nicholas is dancing too much? There's videos of him just dancing and bringing the crowd to just, this movement. And I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea, Nicholas. I don't think that's a good idea. And now he's not dancing. He's furious. So critics, however, argue that the U.S. is signaling a more... Okay, we read that part. The Venezuelan gov reacted with fury, condemning the tanker seizure as an act of international piracy and the theft of Venezuelan national resources. Nicholas accused the United States of attempting to destabilize Venezuela and undermine its sovereignty. In a highly charged statement, he vowed that his country would break America's teeth. I don't know what he means by that. It further provoked, framing that the confrontation as a battle Give me a second here, guys. As a battle against what he calls U.S. imperial aggression. Oh yeah, but you don't say nothing to Iran when Iran start confiscating ships out there too. It says here officials in Caracas also suggested that the United States was attempting to distract from recent political developments inside Venezuela, including the international recognition of opposition leader Maria. International response to the event have been mixed, while Nicholas supporters described the act as unlawful and provocative. Some opposition figures and foreign observers viewed the tanker seizure as a blow against Nicholas' sanctioned oil networks and a sign of increasing pressure on his administration. Global oil markets reacted quickly to the incident, with crude prices rising amid concerns that the confrontation could disrupt regional oil flows. Man. Alright, so let's see what's going on here, guys. Now we're going to go with this one here. Belarusian state news agency Belta reported on November 25th that Lukashenko had received a Venezuelan envoy to Moscow that day and told him Nicholas was always welcome in Belarus and it was time for him to pay a visit. On Thursday, Belta said Lukashenko had held a further meeting with the diplomat Jesus Rafael Salazar Velasquez. Now, it said Lukashenko had told him, referring to their earlier meeting, we agreed that you should coordinate certain matters with the Venezuelan leadership, with Nicholas, again, so we could make the appropriate decision, which is within our competence, and if necessary, we will then involve the president of Venezuela. Reuters requested further comment from Lukashenko's office on the significance of the meetings and whether Belarus would be willing to offer sanctuary to Nicholas if he stepped down. There was no immediate response. The Trump administration has said it does not recognize Nicholas in power since 2013. As Venezuela's legitimate leader, he claimed to have won re-election last year in a national ballot dismissed as a sham by the U.S. and other Western gov, which independent observers said the opposition had won overwhelmingly. Well, something strange went down last year with that election, but yeah, so it's just kind of weird that the other party was winning, and then all of a sudden, Nicholas won out of nowhere. We have more breaking news. Reuters is putting out this information. The United States is preparing up to capture additional vessels near Venezuela. Look out. The U.S. is preparing to intercept more ships. Oh, man. They're going to be confiscating a lot more, guys. Transporting Venezuelan oil following the seizure of a tanker this week, as it increases pressure on Venezuelan leader. 6 sources familiar with the matter said on Thursday. So they're going to be confiscating more stuff. Oh, man. This is big. This is a big breaking news. The seizure was the first interdiction of an oil cargo or tanker from Venezuela, which has been under U.S. sanctions since 2019. The action came as the U.S. executes a large-scale military buildup in the Southern Caribbean, and as U.S. President Donald campaigns for Nicholas' ouster. So they're going to be confiscating some more stuff here, guys. They're going to be confiscating some more stuff. Wow. So you have Maria. She's the one that won the Nobel Peace Prize. Maria says she will soon be back in Venezuela. Wow, you know what that means. It seems like once Nicholas is out of there, she will be possibly the leader, the one that won the Nobel Peace Prize. You know, Donald thought he was gonna win it, but then she ended up winning it. Um, so get ready. There's gonna be a lot of surprises. Oh, there's going to be so many surprises here, guys. A lot of things is just going to pop up. Class reports just put out this information. Donald administration has issued new sanctions targeting 3 nephews of Nicholas, a businessman tied to the regime, and 6 companies moving Venezuelan oil. Man, they're really going after them. They're really going after them. Wow. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just looking for some more updates here. Um, so once again, even Raw's Alert is putting out the information. Everybody's putting out the info. The United States is preparing to intercept more ships transporting Venezuelan oil following the seizure of a tanker this week. It's not over. So that's why Putin spoke with Nicholas over the phone and he told Nicholas, just come here, man. Just come here. It's over for you, man. It's over. You had a good run, Nicholas. You had a good run. Yeah, I know you and Bashar al-Assad could hang out here in Moscow. You guys could go to the movie theaters and watch all these movies and stuff. Um, so yeah, this seems like it's all the information. What are your thoughts on this here, guys? Like I said, again, there's gonna be many surprises, many surprises to come. And I just posted a video not too long ago about the NATO also putting out their war preparation. Putin spoke by phone with Nicholas. According to the Kremlin, Putin expressed solidarity with the Venezuelan people and reaffirmed his support for Nicholas' Gov course. In the face of growing external pressure. All right, so Nicholas has multiple locations he could go to. Cuba, I wouldn't recommend Cuba. I mean, that's way too close to the U.S. Qatar, Russia, Belarus. I think his best bet is Russia. That's his best bet. And he's going to join others out there. And even Edward Snowden. Here's the thing, though. Edward Snowden's a whole different ballgame. I see him as a hero. But yeah, this is where we are right now, guys. So this is the latest one here. Downer sanctions 3 nephews of Nicholas' wife. Also, new sanctions on 6 companies shipping its oil. All right. Now, Donald also mentioned that once he's done with Nicholas, Colombia will be next. Gustavo, he will be next. According to, some sources, Donald said that Gustavo will be next. Gustavo, I guess he mentioned, you are wakening up the Jaguar. And I guess Donald, the bald eagle, is like, no. You did not just pull up that name. All right, guys, I'm going to end it here. But Yeah, I would keep it updated when it comes to nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Make sure you hit that notification bell, subscribe, hit that like button. Also, make sure you check out the videos I posted today. I posted multiple videos. The link will be in the comments box. And I want to thank every single one of you for your support. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. For those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream. We go live once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.